Life after death, brain scan reveals incredible activity just before the heart stops beating. While studying the brain activity of people that are about to leave our earth from among us, neuroscientists discover fascinating activity moments before death, offering an insight into what happens when that moment comes. Now, during the research, neuroscientists found rhythmic brainwave patterns around the time of death that were similar to those occurring during dreaming, memory recall, and meditation. These findings add weight to the idea of humans having their life flash before their eyes before their death. For ages, scientists have tried to understand what happens to the human brain at that moment. Now, a new study published in Two Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience suggests that your brain may remain active and coordinated during an event even after the transition to death and be programmed to orchestrate the whole ordeal. For this researcher, Dr. Raul Vincent, the University of Tartu, Estonia, studied an 87-year-old patient who developed epilepsy. Dr. Vincent and his team used continuous electroencephalography, EEG, to detect the seizures and treat the patient. During these recordings, the patient had a heart attack and passed away. This unexpected event allowed the scientists to record the activity of a dying human brain for the first time ever. Dr. Ajmal Zemer, neurosurgeon at the University of Louisville, US, who organized the study, said, "We measured 900 seconds of brain activity around the time of death and set a specific focus to investigate what happens in the 30 seconds before and after the heart stops beating. Just before and after the heart stops working, we saw changes in a specific band of neural oscillations, so-called gamma oscillations, but also in others such as delta, theta, alpha, and beta oscillations. These brain oscillations, which are more commonly known as brain waves, are patterns of rhythmic activity present in living human brains. These different types of oscillations, including gamma, are involved in high cognitive functions such as concentrating, dreaming, meditation, memory retrieval, information processing, and conscious perception, just like those associated with memory flashbacks. Dr. Zemer said, through generating oscillations involving memory retrieval, the brain may be playing a last recall of important life events just before we pass on, similar to the ones reported in near-death experiences. These findings challenge our understanding of when exactly life ends and generate important subsequent questions such as those related to the timing of organ donation. Researchers note that further research would be needed as the brain they were studying belonged to a patient who had suffered injury, seizures, and swelling, all of which complicate the interpretation of this data. He said, "As a neurosurgeon, I deal with loss at times. It's indescribably difficult to deliver the news to the distraught family members. Sometimes we may learn from this research. What we could learn is, although our loved ones have their eyes closed and they are ready to leave us to rest, their brains may be replaying some of the nicest moments they experienced in their lives," the doctor said. This is on Express UK by Anthony Ashkenaz. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.